Y'all, let me tell y'all what happened when I was 19. So at 19, I was young and I was fast. I had 2 kids by 19. I had a 1-year-old and I had basically a newborn. So I had ended up getting in a relationship with a new dude or whatever. And he had ended up blowing my transmission in my car, y'all. Like, I'ma just keep it a buck. He was such a horrible boyfriend. He blew my transmission in my car or whatever. So his mama ended up letting us see her car. And like I said, I had little bitty babies at the time, so I didn't like my kids being around people or places where they had to be quiet. So he was like, I'm finna go over my people's house, just take my mama car to wherever you going and take my son with you. So I had 3 kids with me at the time, so I'm like, all right, cool. So I ended up going over my cousin's house. My cousin helped me get the kids out the car. I had the iPhones and shit like that. We had little sideway kicks and shit like that. So it slipped my mind. I had left my phone in the car. I didn't think nothing about it. About 45 minutes go past. I'm like, damn, where my phone at? So I ended up going to the car and I get my phone. And I had like 30 missed calls from him. So I'm like, damn, so it's an emergency. What's going on? So I call him back. He picks up the phone. He like, fuck you at with my son? You out there with another man? You out there with another man? I'm like, no. I'm like, say hi, cousins. All my cousins in the background. They like, what's up? What's up? All females. And he like, oh, all right, well, cool. Well, I'm ready. So I ain't think nothing of it. Got my face breaking out so bad. So like I was saying, I ain't think nothing of it. So as soon as I go get him, y'all, he looked back and asked his son like 2 years old at the time. He was like, did she have y'all around some dudes? And his son's so terrified at this point. He just like, and he looked at me like, you got my son lying for you? I'm like, boy, it ain't that serious. Like, I don't even move like that. Like, I got kids that, like, come on now, I don't even move like that.
Now, this already sounds like it's about to be an interesting story, but this the type of, I know she was 19, had a 1-year-old and a newborn, dealing with the guy who has a baby, and I'm assuming she's a BBW now, so she probably was a BBW back then. This is the type of guys that women like. It just is what it is. But we see where this is kind of going at. Let's go though.
So his mama stay on the south side. We on Goodfellow. So he hops on the highway and like he went from 0 to 20, y'all. I'm talking about he on the highway swerving straight. Like, you was with a dude. I'm steady saying like, nah, I wasn't with no dude. So he had bought me these new Jordans, y'all. I forget what kind they are. He like, B, take them shoes off that I just bought you. So I'm trying to do anything to prevent him from putting his hands on me because he's swerving on the highway while my kid's in the back. So I'm like, all right, I took the shoes off. He like, and throw them bitches out the window. So I'm like, nah, you got me fucked up. Bow, he hit me in my mouth. So I'm like, pull over, let me out the car. I got my kids with me, let us out the car or whatever. So by this time, we end up off the highway. We on yeah, I don't remember the streets. We off the highway, so he pulled over and he let me out the car. Yeah, I'm so sad I ain't got no more of my retinol. So after he pulls the car over, I get out and I run to the back seat to try to get my kids out the car. Y'all, why he skirt off on me with my kids in the car? So I'm crying. I called my best friend. His mama job is right down the street from where I got out the car at, and my best friend is literally 2 minutes away from me. So I called my best friend. I'm like, friend, come pick me up and take me to his mama job to go get my kids. So I'm walking barefooted. Mind y'all, I'm walking barefooted. She like, friend, I ain't even got my car right now. So I'm like, shit. So anyways, his mama had ended up swinging back around. By this time, his mama driving. She swung back around and saw me walking. She like, girl, get in this car. So I'm like, all right, can you drop me and my kids off? Like, me and him ain't got to be together ever again. Like, this was too much. She was like, baby, she got off at 11 o'clock. She like, baby, I'm finna go home, not gonna lie, just call you a ride from my house. So I'm like, all right. So I shot my best friend a message like, we going back to his mama house or whatever. I'm like, have somebody pick us up from there because wasn't nobody answering their phone for me. So boom, we gets to his mama house. She was like, well, since nobody gonna come get you, I'm gonna have him drop you off. So he like, TC, I ain't gonna clown, I'm gonna drop you off. Like, I ain't finna be on none of that. So we gets in the car, we back.
So she back in the car. She walking barefoot down the street. I'm assuming this is a small town or whatever. He had the kids, his mama picks you up, takes you back to her house, and say that the same dude who punched you in the face is gonna drop you off at home. Where's your kids at? Maybe I missed that part. I don't know, man. But she's 19, Jr. Hey, man. But let's get back to it, man.
Highway, y'all. Like, I don't even know why I got in the car with him. I sent my best friend another text, like, he dropping me off. I'm in the car with him. He like, you texting that dude in my mama's car. I took my phone and threw it on out on the highway. So I'm just sitting in the chair, y'all. I'm like, God, please let him, cause we coming from the south side all the way to North County. So I'm just like, God, please let us make it. Like, God, please let us make it. So I'm not doing nothing to trigger him. So we get to he ended up dropping me off, y'all. I'm like, look, this the end of this. You ain't never got to see me no more. Like, I'm cool. He like, all right, bitch, do you or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So I goes in the house, y'all. I'm holding my kids, apologizing to my kids. I'm like, y'all, I'm so sorry. All I heard was boom. He kicked in my front door. Mind y'all, I told y'all he threw my phone out, so I ain't have no way to get in contact with the police or none of that. So by this time, like, he grabbed me. Like I told y'all, I had my kids in my hands. He grabbed me by my hair, and my babies fell out of my hands. So my babies is screaming. So yeah, at this point, I'm just telling myself, like, you gotta fight back. You gotta fight back, because if you don't fight back, this man is gonna kill you. So I'm fighting back, y'all, and we trips and fall, and he lands on top of me. So he grabs my hair, y'all, and I guess he had a pocket knife or something on him, y'all, and put a knife up to my neck, y'all. Like, I blacked out. All I heard was my kids screaming to the top of their lungs, y'all, and all I'm just like, God, like, that's all I could say, like, God, and all you heard was a boom, Ronjasha, TT. My best friend had called my mom and my daddy.
Ronjasha, TT. I guess her name is T-Baby Martin. T-Baby on this. Ronjasha, TT. Wow. Boom. The plot thickens. Let's go. You know, just like a movie, they just show up, you know, at this point.
My mom and my daddy know what was going on. And my mama and my daddy brought my auntie with them. So my daddy saw him with the knife up to my neck and was like, you putting your hands on my daughter? And he was like, let me explain. Wow. I'm talking about my daddy punched the shit out of him, y'all. He stumbled. After that, all I seen was my daddy pull this big long ass gun out of his fucking pants. I don't even know how it fit in my daddy pants. Like, when I tell y'all, it was so big. I hopped in front of my daddy because, like, y'all, my kids, I'm like, Daddy, no. My auntie like, let him get that bitch. Let him get that. My mama like, move, Rajesh, move. Y'all, it was so bad. It was so bad. But I just didn't want my kids to see it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, when I tell y'all he was in there, I had patches of hair missing out of my head. I had a knife marked up to my neck. Y'all, my kids it was so fucking bad. So anyways, after I had jumped in the way when my daddy ended up pulling the gun out, he had got leeway. Y'all, I stayed on the second floor. I don't know how he got from the second floor to the garage floor like that. Like, so my daddy went looking for him. So he was nowhere to be found. So he left the keys in his mama's car and everything, y'all. So he had ended up calling it quits after that. Like, we just left the whole situation alone. So anyways, his mama ended up calling me and was like, can you bring my grandson clothes or whatever? So I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna hold that baby clothes for him. She was like, he's not at the house, just drop the clothes off at the house. So I pulled up at the house, y'all. I'm trying to talk fast because I ain't got that long. I pulled up at the house, y'all. She left the door unlocked for me. I walked in the front door, y'all, while he snorting, playing with his nose in her front room. He didn't hear me come in, so I shut the door and set the clothes on the porch. So let's fast forward. About 2 weeks ago, I ended up seeing his sister. She like, I'm so sorry that happened to you, T-Boo. I'm like, girl, that shit happened 10 years ago. Like, I'm 30 years old now. I ain't tripping off that shit. It was just a life lesson or whatever. She was like, yeah, cause I found it fucked up that they didn't put him in no type of rehab or therapy or none of that. And I'm thinking because she's saying that he on drugs. And she go further on talking to me. She was like, yeah, because when we found out his daddy was raping him. I said, I said, go back to what you just said. She said they didn't tell you what happened to him and why he was losing his mind. Yeah, his mama was putting him off on females because she didn't want to deal with the childhood trauma that boy went through. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That boy was fucked with, and he was taking his hurt and frustration out on different women because so many other women had came to me and said that he was doing the same thing to them. That's fucked up.
Well, I guess, baby, I guess you can say it is fucked up, but at the same time, I mean, you can make all the excuses you want. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure he clapped those cheeks a few times after that, but baby, it is no excuse for somebody to be conducting themselves. They taking out their anger and frustration with the right people. It won't do that with the wrong people. You see, what you're saying is true about the father. He didn't take his anger and frustration out on your father. You know, he said, "Wait, let me explain." I don't know, man. But this story that this girl's talking about, I was just having a conversation last night, man. You know, there's so many women dealing with this and prefer to deal with this, and they prefer that type of love over anything else. They like that emotional roller coaster thing that's all over the place. And you could say, JR, she's young. It's women that's in their 40s dealing with this stuff, and they just loving it because a man that's not on that type of time, he's just too boring. Anyway, man, let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. Helps to support the channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah. 50 Cent. 50. Part 2. Bring it back. Yeah. Can't forget Tony. 50. UK.